Hello, my name is Fernando Gonzalez, and here we have our interactive poll program. Starting off with importing our libraries. Here we have our scanner input being initialized, our array for topics being initialized, our 2D array for responses with 5 rows and 10 columns, and our array list for strings being initialized as well. And then here we have our interactive console. While true, it'll prompt the user for their name, if not to exit, and it'll assign that input to our string name. And if name equals done, it'll break out of the while loop. And then if not, we will call the add method for our array list, and that'll add the user's name at the end of our array list. And then here we are just calling take poll to prompt the user to take the poll. And then we have our display participants and display reports once that is broken out of. Here we have our take poll method. All it is traversing the length of topics, and for each topic it'll prompt the user to input a rating, and that rating will be inputted into the proper index, which would be the topic and then the rating -1, just so that we follow that 0 index. And then here we just a little spacer, and then here we have our display participant, and this is using a enhanced for loop to traverse through the length of our participants array list, and it'll print out each participant. Here we have our display report method, calling topics and responses. Here we have a double total score and our int count. This will be traversing through the topics, not the topics. This right here is printing out topics and then traversing just the numbers 1 through 10 and average, and then the lines just a form at the beginning. And here we have our nested for loop. We have the beginning, which will have our count and our total score set back to 0, just to make sure that there isn't any carryover between each of the topics. And then it will print out the topic, and then here it will traverse the responses, print out the count for each of the responses, and then the count will be added to this count, and then our total score will be the number of responses times the indexed +1, which will match the number of the rating given. And then here we will have just the average printed out at the end, and then this would be the response count printed out inside of the report. And here we are. We're going to compile this. So the first name will be Alice, and her ratings were 9, 8, 10, 7, and 6. And our second user is Bob, and his responses were 8, 9, 5, 9, 7. And then after that, we are done. Then here we have it, the participant list, and then the array being printed out. Thank you.